Hello everyone and welcome to a new vlog. I tried to burn a candle in the background, but the candle got over and it extinguished, which is a good thing that I finished another candle. I have finished like 2 entire Bath & Body Works candles over the span of more than a year, so yeah, those candles last long. But I'm here because I am planning to do a 24-hour readathon, and that's quite ambitious of me because I don't think I can read a lot. Even if I like have 24 hours, I feel like I'm quite a slow reader, but I'm just going to try this. I am planning to do this to get in like the October mood and just feel very autumnal and even get all the spooky vibes. I must have by now filmed and uploaded a video talking about all the autumnal books I want to read, so I'm going to try and read some of them, and I'm going to like cheat a little bit and also read a little bit of graphic novels because I know that I cannot read like entire novels right now. Like I can probably just like read one novel entirely. So yeah, let's just dive into my TBR for this readathon. So first I'll just talk about the graphic novels that I plan to read on my iPad. So the very first graphic novel that I want to read is The Tea Dragon Festival, which is the second book in the Tea Dragon Society series, and I might actually even end up reading The Tea Dragon Tapestry, which is the third book in the series, because I read the Tea Dragon, what was it, the Tea Dragon Society last month, and it was such a cute, wholesome story, though there was not a lot of plot in the first book, so I'm hoping that the second and third book have a much deeper story. But it's just like a story about tea dragons, and basically these dragons like grow tea leaves on their body, which are then used to make tea, and they have like certain magical properties. And yeah, it's like a cute little story with very cute illustrations. So that's my first and second book that I want to read. I also want to read another graphic novel, which is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell, and this book has been on my TBR for such a long time, and finally this year in October I want to read it. It is basically a graphic novel about these kids working on a pumpkin patch, if I'm not wrong. I don't know anything else about the story, but I know that it's going to be cute and I am excited. And the last graphic novel that I want to read, again another graphic novel, is Mooncakes. I don't remember who it is by, but I'll just put the cover here. And this actually I heard Books with Chloe talking about, and it's basically like this very witchy story, and it's got some baking in it, I'm assuming, and it just sounds so cute, so I want to read that as well. And that's going to be my fourth graphic novel I want to read. Let's hope I end up reading all of these. I'm not very sure. But those are the graphic novels, and I only have 2 books with me that I'm planning to read other than that, because I know I won't read more than this given my reading speed. I just tend to read slowly and reread things if I don't understand them. I'm not like a very speed reader. So the first book that I really want to read, and I really hope I don't know if I'll finish this, but I want to read this, and that is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. And this copy is just stunning. Just look at that. It is the Penguin horror edition, and it's just stunning. I like the black sprayed edges are beautiful. I was planning to read this last month, and I even have like a bookmark in here, which is like this cute little pumpkin. Is just so cute and adorable. I got this from CD Jalebi. I will leave her like the link in the video description if you want to buy these bookmarks. They're just so cute. But yeah, this, I feel like the story, everybody knows about it, and I haven't really watched the Netflix TV show, if I'm not wrong, and I plan to watch that after I read the book. So I'm hoping to read this month. If not in the readathon, then later. Let's see if I'm in the mood to start this one. I have a second book that I may read instead, and that is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, and this is a middle grade book, so I feel like I could read this faster. And the edition I have is actually one that I picked up from the secondhand book sale that I go to, and it does have these cute illustrations as well. For example, here It's just stunning. So I might pick this up instead of The Haunting of Hill House first. I don't know which one I'll pick up first, and I feel like I might only end up reading one of these this readathon, but even if I read only one of this, or even if I just read half of it, I'll be happy, to be very honest. So yeah, now I haven't really started the readathon yet. It is only past 11 a.m. and I'm planning to start it today at 4 p.m. and then I'm going to end it tomorrow at 4 p.m. I was planning to do like a 36 or 48 hour readathon, but I don't know if I'll be up for it, so let's see. I'm going to right now just announce it as 24-hour readathon and I'll go into it like that. I wanted to record this intro first before I start reading at 4 p.m. so that I do not waste time. So yeah, let's hope for the best, and I will see you later at 4 p.m. When I start reading. Hello everyone, so I started the Tea Dragon Society, not the society, the festival, and I finished that, and then I started the Tea Dragon Tapestry, which I finished half of, and it's only been like 2 hours since I started the readathon, and I finished 1.5 of the graphic novels. And to be honest, I filmed the introduction yesterday and I started the readathon today because yesterday I ended up going out for a really long time, but I'm going out even now, so I don't really think I'll end up reading a lot, to be very honest with you. But I've decided to make this readathon very chill and only read graphic novels because this is my first 24-hour readathon and I want it to be a very chill readathon and not stress myself. And I do have quite a few graphic novels that I want to read that are autumn themed, like Mooncakes and Pumpkinheads, besides the Tea Dragon series, and I realized that they are very long graphic novels. And plus, me and Gav are buddy watching this new show called Only Murders in the Building, which is again very spooky, and because we're watching that, I will be watching a little bit of that tonight as well. So I know that I'm not going to be completely free because I'm also going to be sleeping, and so I'll just finish as much reading as I can tomorrow. And yeah, I just made the decision to make this readathon only graphic novels. And I also did not mention that I'll be also listening to an audiobook if I end up like doing something like playing on my Switch, and I'm going to be listening to Call Me Maybe. Yeah, that's right, that's an Audible original audiobook and it is really good so far. I've only literally listened to like 15 minutes of it, but it's basically about this girl who is calling customer service regarding her website that she's developing, and she ends up like talking to this guy who Basically it's kind of like a romance between them both, I feel, and it's really, really well done. Like, there are all kinds of voices and sounds in the audiobook sounds, as in there's typing, there's cars honking, like all of these sounds have been added to the audiobook, which makes the experience kind of like watching a movie. So I'm really enjoying that, and I really wanted something light-hearted in the mix. Well, I mean, all of the books I'm reading, like graphic novels, are light-hearted, but I've been reading a thriller besides the readathon, which is Pretty Girls, and that's quite a dark book, so I wanted something easy and chill to listen to, so that's why I decided to pick that up. But yeah, that's the update I wanted to give you, because I just thought I'd let you know that I'm just going to be reading chill, cozy books that are not too difficult to read, just because I feel a bit like not in the mood to read right now, and I just want to get in the autumn mood. That's all I want to do. Like, I know there's no autumn in India, but I'm gonna go out now because I want to give Gav the beanie that I knit him. I'll just put a picture of it here, but I also put this up on my Instagram, and I actually knit it for Gav. It was my first beanie that I knitted, and I'm really excited to give it to him. And I also made him a bookmark, which I didn't click a picture of, but I just painted him like an October bookmark, and I'm so excited to give him both of those things. So I'm heading out now. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day, and I'll be very honest, I ended up going out for dinner with Gav, and we were out with a friend and everything, so I got back home at like 10 o'clock, and then I did not read because I was so tired. I just took a bath and went to sleep. So I haven't read since I last updated you when I was leaving my house, and it is 11:30 a.m. the next morning. The morning just flew by, even though I woke up at 8, and I was reading a little bit of my other book, Pretty Girls, but I'm not including that in the vlog. So I am going to now continue reading the graphic novels. So I have decided that this vlog is going to be maybe till 4 o'clock, maybe till 5. I do need to go out today as well. I feel like I'm so busy even when I'm not working right now, but because I'm going out today and I also need to give Honey a bath and I need to wash my own hair, it's going to be a busy day still. So I'll be just reading in between when I have the time. So right now I'm going to do what is burn a candle and plan a little bit in my planner, and I'm also going to journal a little bit because I haven't journaled for months now, which is crazy, and I've been feeling like putting down my thoughts somewhere. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to sit back and finish the Tea Dragon Tapestry, and I want to read 2 more graphic novels that I mentioned. And once I finish these 3 books, I'll actually be hitting my Goodreads goal of 80 books, because I'm right now at 77 books. So that's the plan for today, and hopefully it'll be successful, because these graphic novels are very long graphic novels, but I know I can read them if I decide to dedicate a little bit of time today at least before I go and do my chores. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'll update you in the evening how that goes. And I know it's been like such a chaotic reading vlog, or readathon, whatever. I feel like I would just call it a readathon at this reading vlog at this point, but it's okay. It was supposed to be chill, and that's what I'm doing. Oh god.
That. With review, I know I should have let you go back there. Right? I'm girl. Stop saying that you let me, and a podcast is nothing. Episodes of your recordings. Desperate to flee, Yaya made a treaty with a Turkish soldier.
He took it to a rock and gem shop where it was cleaned and polished. I watched as he bought a glass display case. It even had a row of lights on one side to make the stone glow.
So it is actually 2 days later and I forgot to film an outro for the video, so I thought I would come here and just discuss all the books I read. I'll be completely honest here, I did not use only the 24 hours to read. I started my readathon on Friday and then I did read till Saturday, but I kind of turned it into a weekend readathon and I read up until yesterday actually. So I'll just discuss all of the books that I've read, and I'm not going to really call this a 24-hour readathon. It's going to be more of a trying a 24-hour readathon, and I know I've made quite a few mistakes here. The biggest mistake of all being that I chose a day when I was not completely free and I had other plans, so I wasn't home all the time, hence I could not read a lot, but that's fine. So yeah, and I also had a lot of things to do, like giving Honey a bath, washing my hair and stuff, and it just takes me forever to do all these things. But let's just discuss the books I read. So I did read most of the books I decided to. Very first I read The Tea Dragon Festival, which was the second book in the Tea Dragon series, and I gave that one 3.5 stars. It was quite a cute, lovely book, and I feel like I felt the same about it as the first book. That is, it was really cute and wholesome, but the plot wasn't like super deep. And then later I read the third book in the series, which is The Tea Dragon Tapestry, which was the final book so far at least, and this book I gave 4 stars because I love the message that the book tried to portray. I don't want to like spoil anything, but I feel the second book was set a little back in time, and then third book is again the same time as that of the first book, and we have all these characters meet from the second and the first book in the third book, and there were just these messages that were given out that just felt like they hit home for me, and that's why I gave that one 4 stars. And it was still really cute and wholesome. I just love the tea dragons in the series. They're just so cute. And then later I did start Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell, but I actually finished it later on. So I first finished I restarted this book called It's Okay to Feel Things Deeply. I'll just put the cover here. And I read this for the third time actually. I've read this 2 more times before, and it is kind of a non-fiction graphic novel, and it just talks about feelings and emotions. And I actually had given that book 4 stars before when I had read it, but this time I ended up giving it 3 stars because I felt like it wasn't as deep as I wanted it to be, even though it was cute and nice and like a good feel book. So yeah, I gave that one 3 stars, and that was my like 3rd reread, so it was really quick to read. It's only like 60 pages or so. And then later on I picked up, or I was listening to this audiobook, which is Call Me Maybe, and it's like an Audible original, so it was really well done. I love the narration. The book was about 6 hours long, and I finished that yesterday actually, so it took me a little extra time to finish it. And along the same lines, I also read Pumpkinheads and finished it yesterday. So let's just talk about the audiobook. This is the audiobook Call Me Maybe by Audible, and I gave this audiobook 4 stars. Highly recommend it. If you have an Audible membership in India, this is free in their Audible library for the members, and it was just so well done. I love that they had like sound clips in there as well, like cars honking or like mobile message ringtones and stuff like that. Just it made it feel like a movie experience. So it's basically about this girl, Vera, and she ends up calling the customer service because she has an issue with her website that she's trying to set up. And she ends up talking to this guy on the customer service line who's Cal, and they both end up talking for like 8 hours. And you know, I don't want to like give any spoilers, but there's just like chemistry between them and stuff like that, and it's just such a funny book. And they also had like different issues that they were dealing with personally as well, which I really loved, and I loved how the entire story connected as well later on. So yeah, I gave this 4 stars. I really loved it. I would have given it, I think, like more stars if the book was longer. I feel like I wanted more. So that was the 4th book that I read, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 4th book. And then the last book that I read was Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell, which I ended up finishing later on, and I gave this book 3 stars. Again, this was basically about this guy and girl who are working on this pumpkin patch, and it is their last night in the pumpkin patch. I think it is like the Halloween night, and they're going to go off to college, and they work at the pumpkin patch, and they're going to miss it. And so they decide to like, they are just kind of like having an adventure in the book, and they are trying to make the best of their night at the pumpkin patch. And there's also like this story where the girl, her name is Deja, and the guy is Josiah, and Deja is basically helping Josiah to confess to this girl who he has always liked on the pumpkin patch. And it's just like a cute, fun story, but I feel like it could have been deeper, and that's why I gave it 3 stars. It was an average graphic novel with cute illustrations. So those were all of the books that I read over the weekend, and I personally feel like I had such a good time trying to read all these autumnal books. And even though the audiobook was not autumnal and one of the graphic novels was not autumnal, I just had such a good time, and I was just in such a good mood when I was reading these. And I also knitted a little bit. I started another beanie that I'm going to knit for myself, and I've just been having such a cozy time this weekend. And it is Monday now, so I'm planning to just get on with the normal weekly reading and not a readathon, but I might do like a proper 24-hour readathon sometime later. And I'm really hoping that this time I can read more in the 24 hours. But yeah, this was like a good trial for me, I feel. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you've been reading down in the comments, and if you have any like Halloween plans, even if you're in India. I just love the season of Halloween, like all the spooky vibes, so I try to at least feel some of it, even though in India we don't really celebrate it. So yeah, I'll see you soon in a new video then. I hope you're taking care and staying safe. Bye. I'll see you.